Welcome all to Fruit Catchers Monthly, the CTB news show for all the spiciest minigame news you may have missed. I'm Huge Man, and I'll be joined by Quinton and Ewang as your commentators for this month. Our first score this month is totally unbelievable. Most people have probably heard of Catch the Glory before, the Catch World Cup 2022 tiebreaker map. If not, what you need to know is that it's an absolute beast of a map, being one of the hardest in the game. However, this apparently wasn't hard enough for Motion, since he decided to S-rank the map, while sped up to 1.325 times. That's just inhuman skill. Rostld keeps their recent streak with yet another great score, and this is their tragic choke on Cloudsmasher, a loved map consisting of some of the strangest and most uncomfortable gameplay you've probably ever seen. In this play, Rostld holds combo until the very end of the map, sadly failing in the last wiggle section, blowing any other play on this map out of the water. This month keeps on delivering. Our next score is the second ever Nomad FC on Sewing Machine, a very rhythmic map that requires immense amounts of speed in order to be cleared. Few people have the amount of catcher control required for a play like this. However, Motion is one of them. Dahcreeper's difficulty of Eternal Drain is a map that mainly focuses on tap dashes, having extremely long sections of pure tap dashes. Being able to clear this entire map without getting tired once and missing is an extremely hard feat to achieve, but that's exactly what Motion has done in this play, with one of his most insane Nomad passes yet. We've seen a new map set of the famous song Nhelv being ranked, specifically the extended version, which is a brutal consistency and speed map designed for top players to tackle. However, it didn't take very long until we had the first victor, as OYG was up to the challenge, and he was able to FC the map, which is an incredibly impressive feat.
We start the double time plays of this month with one of the most groundbreaking and impressive plays of this year, Dahcreeper FC on AugoEidEs. If you've been following our previous videos, you know this map was a heavily contested one, even having a bounty set for the very first double time FC. This map is also known for having multiple different chokes that have been off across the CTB community, yet Dahcreeper absolutely destroyed them. His play is so insane that even with no fail enabled, it's still the double time PP record by nearly over 100 PP, sitting at a whopping 1127 PP. There isn't much about this map that we haven't said before, so just sit down and enjoy it. Next up, we have yet another double time score, and that is Dahcreeper FC on Fantasy Note. The patterns on this map are not the most common, so adding double time on top of this only makes it an extremely awkward map to play, requiring incredible amounts of speed in some sections and really tight control in others. Dahcreeper didn't stop there. as we have yet another score from him, and that is a 5 minutes in the long deadstream section of P8107, by far the hardest part of the map. He claims that a double time FC is now in the cards. If he ends up pulling through with it or not, we will see in the near future. Finally, our last Dahcreeper score of the day is an 8 miss on the top of the famous map Inferno, being a pretty big improvement compared to the scores set on the same map only a few months ago. If he keeps up with this level of improvement, who knows what incredible DC scores we will see in the future. Easy halftime might not be a very active mod combination. However, that hasn't stopped Ezgon to set a crazy score with it. This score being an FC on the top div of Xhronoxapsule, being both one of the best easy FCs and halftime FCs of all time.
At the end of the month, we saw Crimson Please, an experienced Australian tournament player, take not his first, not his second, but third straight Australian Open tournament title, beating out third place Wang Wang and second place Beerus in outstanding 7-0 and 7-1 wins respectively. This huge tourney win will definitely motivate Crimson and newly appointed Australian captain Kujibo going into CWC 2023. We congratulate these three players and the rest of the participants for their hard work and high level of play throughout the tournament.
And yeah, Crimson's still assessing. And actually we saw this last week with time files as well, where Crimson was sort of more the beneficiary, and Beerus gonna miss again.
Lots of miss, a few actually,
yeah,
from Crimson.
Crimson missing hard, but I mean, with the current advantage he's got
Similarly, the French concluded their national tournament this month, the French Catch Cup, with Boros taking their second title after their first in 2018. Boros comfortably took the win against Natsuko 7-1 in a grand finals matchup, with Natsuko working his way out from the losers bracket in a tense 6-5 matchup against Ken. Once again, spectacular performances across the board from all players, and something newly appointed captain Kasumi-sama can look to benefit from going into CWC 2023 with a switch-up roster.
On est vraiment à rien d'écart.
Ouais. Surtout que des chain miss, ça arrive super rapidement à cette air.
Oh, bah,
Ça commence par là. C'est un seul petit miss. Tant que Natsu peut étendre son combo, ça va vraiment lui donner beaucoup de score. Tant que Boros est en dessous de son combo, surtout avec cette autre miss.
Attention. Oh, un autre miss de Boros. Et Natsu qui tient. Oh, Natsuki.
Welcome to yet another news section, Additional News. In this section, we will cover other miscellaneous news, such as mapping-related stories or other interesting stuff. We've seen two very interesting maps show up this month. The first of them is the biggest Catch the Beat map set ever created, having 40 different maps in a single set. This map was in a state of limbo during a while, because the map file was actually so heavy that it was corrupting parts of the set, making it unplayable. After a lot of tinkering, all of these issues got fixed and finally received the well-deserved love. If you want to try out this map, the link will be in the description. You could consider the next map to be the polar opposite of what we traditionally covered in this video series. The record for the lowest star rating in a ranked map has been broken, as the map Sealed Away is only 0.60 stars, having barely 100 notes in over 2 minutes of gameplay, mainly serving as a map for spin players to guide through. With all of that said and done, we finish off this edition of Fruit Catches Monthly. If you enjoyed it, or have any suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments down below. But for now, this is all from us, and we will see you again next month. Goodbye.
Bruce arguing with his voices, bro. No way. crazy. What the fuck?